What's happening, P-Apple? We are back today for another Brawl Stars video. Today, we're going to be going over some of the best and worst brawlers after the new update. So we have two new brawlers to include into that list. So who's going to be the best? Who's going to be the worst? Stick around to find out. And with the additions of the new brawlers, we've got Pam and we've got Tara. Is it Tara or is it Tara? Now, I don't know, because I dated two girls in school that were named Tara, and they both spelled their name T-A-R-A. So I don't know, but everybody else has been saying Tara, so let's just go with Tara for now. You tell me what you think. We've got Tara and we've got Pam. Now, one of those is really good and one of those is really bad. Let's start off with the best brawler. Alright, so the best brawler, I know I haven't been including the legendaries in this list before, but I've got to right now because Crow is amazing. I've played against him a ton. I haven't played with him. Rip me. Another 40 chips and I'm there. But Crow is just really strong. He was buffed, so his main attack does more damage, and his poison still keeping you out of that where you can't heal up, as well as maps like Snake Prairie. You're always going to be able to see where the other people are as long as you keep getting those shots off, you know. And so his utility is really good. His speed is ridiculous. He is really hard to hit. If you're playing a brawler like Piper or Brock, good luck trying to hit Crow. You almost have to get lucky a little bit because he can bob and weave if the other person's playing him good, that is. And he's just really super hard to hit. And then his super itself adds a ton more mobility on top of that. I think Crow could use I don't know. I'm a little torn whether he should be nerfed a tiny bit or not, because he is a legendary. I don't have him, but he is a legendary, so he should be really good. But should he be head and shoulders above everything else? Probably not. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. Let me know in the comments down below. But right now, Crow has to be the best brawler in the game. Some honorable mentions to that, though, are one of the new ones, Tara. She's really good. I don't think she needs a nerf. I think she's actually really well balanced. I just think that she works really well in multiple game modes, as well as her synergy with other brawlers can be really amazing as well. So if you haven't unlocked Tara yet, best of luck to you getting her, and might be a good one to spend those chips on if you're just dying to get her, because she's really good. Let's talk about one other honorable mention, and he used to be down near the bottom for a long time, but now Bo is ridiculous. His mines are just completely crazy. Unless you have someone to counter those mines, like a Mortis or a Crow that can go through those mines and disarm them without them hurting anybody, if he can start chaining those mines back to back, holy crap, Bo is just a force of nature. His main attack still is not the greatest. It's okay, but it's really not that great. But his super ability is what just puts him head and shoulders. Plus, he's really tanky. He's got 1125 health at max. And so he can definitely be that ranged tank. Good crystal carrier, and he can stay back at range and do some decent damage. And of course, he has a big area of denial when he lays down those traps, especially, again, if you don't have somebody that can disarm them. You can pick them off one by barely getting in range and then backing off, but that takes some time to do that, and all the while, you're either going to have to be multitasking where you're doing that and shooting other people at the same time. If it's chaos, that can get a little bit hard. So Bo is really strong. Definitely an honorable mention for one of the best brawlers. Alright, so let's move on to the worst brawler. And that's one of the new ones right here, Pam. I want to like Pam. I mean, Ziam thinks she's cute. But here's the big problem with Pam. She does next to no damage whatsoever. I've played her up to 120 trophies. I want to get her up to at least level 11, but her damage is just laughable. It's just laughable almost. You'll sit there and shoot after a brawler, and of course you can't really direct exactly where your shots are going because it goes in a spread, which is fine, but only at 50 damage per projectile that hits. It does next to nothing. I mean, it's so hard to kill anyone with Pam. You're sitting there, you unload all your shots, and it's like, yep, well, I just did a few hundred damage. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. I'm glad that epic brawler is just tickling the competition. So Her super ability is pretty cool. It's not as overpowered as I thought it might be, which I'm glad to see. I think it's fine. I think her healing turret is fine. It may even stand a little bit in need of a buff, honestly. It may be a little bit more range to it. I'm not sure exactly, or maybe they tick just a tiny bit stronger. I'm not sure, but I feel like the healing station is okay. And her health is good. She has 1250 health at max, which is good. But overall, I think just her big downfall, and it's a big one, is that she does no damage. And so as a support character, you still need to be able to put out some damage when you need to. It doesn't have to be great like a Piper or anything, but it has to be somewhat respectable. I mean, the two main support brawlers that heal, we're not going to include Mortis because this is just his own kind of life tap, are Pam and Poco. I would take Poco every single time over Pam. I don't see a reason to bring her over Poco. They at least need to be very similar, so it's a toss up. You could take either one, give yourself some versatility, or else what's the point, So Pam, I'm sorry, babe. You are definitely down at the bottom of the barrel this time. I really do expect her to be buffed because it's really in order, and I think that once she gets that, then she'll be a bit more viable. And here's the cool thing about where the state of the game is right now and all the brawlers is that there's a few brawlers that are really good, like the ones that I mentioned. There's some other ones that are up there as well, but for the most part, we have a lot of brawlers that are right in the middle, which is perfect. That's exactly what they should be going for, is a lot of brawlers right in the middle. You want a lot of brawlers right there in the middle that are nicely balanced, that you can choose from a lot of different brawlers in any given situation and really be able to make it work. Now, of course, some brawlers are better on other maps than others, and that's to be expected, and I like that. However, you don't want a bunch of brawlers at the top that are just head and shoulders above everything else, and you don't want a bunch that are at the very bottom like Pam. She is clearly, to me, I don't think there's any question that she is clearly the worst brawler in the game right now, which is disappointing, honestly, because she's one of the new ones, and I wanted to really like her because she's one of the brand new ones that came into update. She has some really cool things going for her. It's just she's bad. She's bad right now. Also, I've put out an entire tier list that accompanies this video. It's in the description down below. You guys can look at that on Google Docs, and you can tell me what you think about that. So that's going to wrap it up for today. It's just a quick episode letting you guys know what I think right now is the best and the worst brawlers in the game right now after the update. So to recap, Crow's the tops with Tara and Bo honorable mentions. There really are no dishonorable mentions for down there, but Pam, she is locking down that last position by herself as the worst brawler in the game right now. Sorry, babe. Better luck next time. So that's going to wrap it up. I hope you P-Apple enjoyed this episode. And until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Lex out.